Who wouldn't want to go on a cross-country adventure through Europe or an unusual vacation to a tropical location in a far-off place? Finding the time and money to do it is a challenge for many people. Travel 195 will be counting down the most fascinating places to visit without leaving the US. And to start off, I have put a link in the description below so you can find the best discounts for trips, flights, and accommodations for your perfect getaway. So first on the list is Big Sur, California. If visiting the Italian Riviera is on your bucket list, you may get a taste of the beautiful Mediterranean region by traveling to California's magnificent coastline. A magnificent coastline with picture-perfect beaches and even the occasional waterfall that cascades to the sand is present here, where the Santa Lucia Mountains rise. Known as the American Riviera, this magnificent section of California's coast is one of the country's most beautiful vacation spots for every tourist. See why this area has inspired and enthralled so many writers, artists, and poets with its dreamy splendor by taking the picturesque drive along Highway 1 from San Francisco. Another wonderful escape would be Mount Rainier, Washington. Another breathtaking Alps-like environment can be seen in the vicinity of one of the world's most active volcanoes. On a clear day in Puget Sound, you can see this magnificent 411-foot peak from several locations in the region, but for the full international experience, you'll want to get closer. You can stroll through alpine pastures studded with vibrant wildflowers, approach enormous glaciers up close, and watch waterfalls cascading almost wherever you turn. Tipsu Lake has some of the nicest views, where it's common to see the towering mountains' reflection in the clear water. Looking for an adventure? Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado is the answer. The Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado is home to what is possibly the most unique walk in the entire country. It is between the Sangre de Cristo Mountains and the San Juan Mountains and resembles the Gobi or the Sahara. These unusual landforms, which are the tallest dunes in the country, can reach heights of more than 700 feet. Your reward for climbing the hill is a panoramic vista of the virtually infinite dunes. Sandboarding and sand sledding can be tried at America's highest sandbox. This is also a fantastic location for astronomy due to its high elevation and regularly clear skies. Next spot is Culebra, Puerto Rico. Culebra, a U.S. territory a little closer to the mainland, offers the ideal tropical location if Fiji is your notion of the ultimate getaway, but you are unable to travel that far. Its beaches are comparable to those found in the South Pacific. Culebra is still largely undeveloped and devoid of big hotels, malls, and chain eateries. Although there isn't much in the way of nightlife on this 7-mile-long island, you can expect to see leatherback turtles and the enormous Culebra anole, which is an extremely rare species of lizard. You can take note, the famous bioluminescent organisms that illuminate portions of the coastal waterways at night will also be seen. Another place to visit is Key West, Florida. The finest area for you to experience the Caribbean without leaving the continental United States is this series of islands off the southern coast of Florida, which stretches over 125 miles from Biscayne National Park in the north to Key West. The Keys have a far more global feel than the mainland because of the Caribbean mood. In places like Key West, where nightlife and drinks, beachy boutiques, art galleries, snorkeling, sailing, and kayaking are all on offer. Main streets are lined with vibrantly colored buildings. What is more interesting is that you can see here the former residence of Ernest Hemingway, which is a great place to go if you need a cultural moment. Of course, there is also a ton of delectable fresh fish available. Next up is Napa Valley, California. With its unending rolling hills and vineyards, California's Napa Valley is the closest thing you'll find to Italy's stunning Tuscany area. Visit the Castello di Amorosa winery, a 13th-century Tuscan castle that was built using historically correct medieval building methods, if you want an extra realistic experience. With a drawbridge, moat, and dungeon that features a working Iron Maiden from the Renaissance, it serves as a winery. Almost 8,000 tons of Napa Valley stone were hand-chiseled and painted to create the paintings in the Great Hall and Knights Chamber. The 500-year-old fireplace, hand-forged nails, chandeliers, and bricks from the Habsburg era were all imported from Europe. What a place to enjoy! For sure, you will enjoy this next spot, which is Kauai, Hawaii. The least developed and most beautiful island in Hawaii is unlike any other place on Earth. With its beautiful mountainous landscape that feels a world away from anything vaguely. The soaring cliffs of the Na Pali coast, Waimea Canyon, and Wailua Falls are just a few of its highlights. Its breathtaking shores have served as the backdrop for numerous Hollywood films, serving as an otherworldly paradise, including Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the 2005 King Kong. There are very few spots on the island where people have been able to hide its tropical beauty, regardless of where you are. The next one is the Olympic National Park, Washington. Olympic National Park has nestled away in the far northwest and is home to a stunning wild coastline, woods that descend to storm-lashed beaches, glacier-capped mountains, misty cliffs, tumbling waterfalls, and a temperate rainforest that protects a sizable area of prehistoric wilderness. The West Side Valleys, which receive more than 12 feet of rain annually, are home to some of the best temperate rainforests still in existence on the planet. Huge western hemlock, Douglas fir, and Sitka spruce trees dominate the landscape, while ferns and moss cover the trees and forest floor. Let's go to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Because Santa Fe is the oldest state capital in the United States, it has a very interesting history and a charming main square that will make you think you're somewhere else totally. It is recognized for having a large number of distinctive attractions, a variety of art galleries, outstanding museums, and stunning architecture. Adobe City is renowned for its ability to transform. In fact, many people travel there specifically for its healing energy. It should come as no surprise that Santa Fe has long served as a sanctuary for artists like Georgia O'Keeffe. You may stroll to the plaza to look through exquisite pieces of art and get handmade jewelry if you stay at the historic La Fonda in the downtown area. The next one is for sure familiar to you, and that is Chinatown, San Francisco. San Francisco's Chinatown, which served as the point of entry for Chinese immigrants who came before the 1850s, has developed into a vibrant hub for Chinese culture. The largest Chinese community outside of Asia is located in this thriving ethnic attraction. There are fish markets, produce markets, dining establishments, and shops selling everything from basic necessities to Chinese trinkets and presents that you must try. Its nearly 20 square blocks of small streets near the financial district are adorned with fascinating architecture and vibrant furnishings. Don't miss the Hang Tea Room, the oldest dim sum restaurant in America, or the egg tarts at Golden Gate Bakery. Moving on to Biltmore Estate, Asheville, North Carolina. If you believed you would need to travel to Europe to find a castle, you are wrong. Despite being the largest privately held residence in the country, Biltmore Estate has never been referred to as a castle. This 8,000-acre estate, which includes the historic residence of George Washington Vanderbilt, is so large that it even boasts a winery, in addition to magnificent, meticulously maintained gardens that shine especially brightly in the spring. The 250-room estate is built in the manner of a French castle and has a bowling alley, 65 fireplaces, exquisite medieval tapestries, and a sizable library. In addition, you can go to the winery, a farm with a petting zoo, and the gardens and conservatory. Another place to visit is Solvang, California. Solvang is the place to go if you've been wishing to discover a Danish village. This hamlet, which pays homage to Danish culture and literary great Hans Christian Andersen, was established by a group of Dutch instructors in the lovely Santa Ynez Valley in 1911. Every building, from stores and eateries to offices, is of Scandinavian design. Shop at upscale arts and crafts stores and imports from abroad. In addition to offering a wonderful taste of Europe, Solvang, or Little Denmark, as it is frequently referred to, is the ideal site to base your stay when visiting Santa Ynez wine country. Holy Moose Batman! The next one is the Denali National Park, Alaska. If scaling the Himalayas is something you've always wanted to accomplish, consider visiting Alaska's Denali National Park. It is home to the 2,310-foot-tall tallest summit in North America. If you don't want to put yourself through so much effort, there are many walks where you can see the peak from a distance, such as the Horseshoe Lake Trail, which goes for 1.5 miles through aspen and spruce forests to the lovely Horseshoe Lake. Even while mountaineering is a well-liked activity, flight seeing is a fantastic alternative, and there are also many beautiful overlooks where you can take in the scenery. Watch out for animals while you're here, such as grizzly bears, wolves, moose, caribou, and Dall sheep. You might also get a chance to see martens, lynxes, beavers, and foxes. Your next itinerary should be in Leavenworth, Washington. The German community of Leavenworth, which is located on the eastern side of Washington state's Cascade Mountains, is converted into a veritable snow globe of Christmas magic during the holiday season. It was transformed into a model German village in 1960 to encourage tourism and was known as the Bavarian Snow Globe. With Christmas being celebrated the entire month of December and German holiday customs in full force, it is particularly well liked during this time. The annual Christmas Lighting Festival includes virtually an infinite number of brilliant lights, traditional caroling, and Christmas figures. Beautiful St. Augustine, Florida is on the list. Despite being only 30 minutes away from Jacksonville, Florida's largest metro area's metropolitan landscapes look a million miles apart from this top city in Florida. In St. Augustine, which is full of historical sites and an old-world atmosphere, you could think you've crossed the border into Spain. The Spaniards established the first continually inhabited European town in North America in 1565 after explorer Don Pedro Menéndez de Avila landed there and gave the area the name of the Roman St. Augustine. Today, it is possible to see several historic structures that were once standing, such as the Plaza de la Constitución, the Castle de San Marcos, which was constructed in 1672, and the historic City Gate. Want an out-of-this-world experience? Check out Joshua Tree National Park, California. You won't only feel like you're in another place when you enter Joshua Tree National Park, you'll feel as though you've entered another planet. The environment resembles a scenario from a sci-fi movie because it is dotted with oddly shaped local vegetation, such as the Joshua Tree, and enormous boulders that soar hundreds of feet into the air. Joshua Tree Village has a special allure as an artist's enclave and is home to an eclectic mix of nature lovers, artists, and hipsters, in addition to a number of highly regarded restaurants. Joshua Tree National Park is a photographer's, hikers, and climbers' dream. So are you ready to try these best places to visit in the USA? Well, I have put a link in the description below so you can find the best discounts for trips, flights, and accommodations. Check it out. Please subscribe and push that notification bell to be updated on our next travel videos. Till next time, safe travels.